Well. Hello there, and welcome to the Sci-Fi Academia School. That's what we call the school. We used to call it the Eccentric Academy, but not anymore. Let's go ahead and get to the video. Hi guys! So, I'm not sure if you know this, but making YouTube videos is not my job. You know, you gotta be really good at making YouTube videos for it to be your job, and I'm just not that good. That's what YouTube called me up and told me that. They said, no, you're not good enough to make money. But fortunately, I do have another job. I work in construction.
Right? I'm a construction worker. Me too.
And my boss, shout out Leonard, we were talking about movies, and he was like, hey, I got a bunch of VHSs. He lent me this pile of VHSs, and he said, you can borrow them, you can watch them, and even some of them he was like, you should do YouTube videos on. So I decided I'm gonna do YouTube videos on actually all of them. I'm playing this like I don't know anything. That's it, yes. I'm pretending I don't know anything because in reality I do know things. I know things, trust me, but not about these movies. I'm going to continue to not know about these movies until I put them in my VHS player and hit start. I guess I don't have to because it's a VHS. There's no main menu. Anyway, I figure today we will start with the movie Hackers. I'm very excited to see this because I'm trying to hack the YouTube system so that I will be good enough to have a job as a YouTuber. What do I know about this movie? Well, I know it's called Hackers. I know it's movie time. See, it's movie time. Oh, you definitely can't see that. Movie time. I know that it has a guy who looks like Eminem, probably looked at that time when this came out, it was probably a style back then, just like white clothing and bleached hair. Anyway, yeah, so I'm get this started. But before I do, this is very important because I mentioned Eminem. Has anyone realized that he has looked exactly the same for 20 years now? I think he's secretly a vampire. And he grew a beard to be like, see, I'm aging. He's not aging. He looks exactly the same. I just watched 8 Miles, and I was like, hey, he looks exactly the same. I was like, I wonder when this movie came out. It came out the year I was born. So in the entirety of my life, Eminem has never aged. I think we should be concerned about this. Anyway, let's get into Hackers.
Ahoy! And now enter the part of the video where I've already watched the video. This is that part, the part of the video where I've watched it and now I'm talking about it. Ahoy! R.
Well, I watched the movie. Fun fact, the movie is rewinding right there. Everyone's like walking backwards and stuff. Because when you have a VHS, you have to rewind it. A lot of people who are watching this might not know that, but I grew up with VHSs. DVDs existed, but so did VHSs. So I know you have to rewind it. Some of you guys don't know you have to rewind it. So I'm going to tell you, if you ever go to the video store, because that's a thing, if you get a video, you have to be kind and rewind. Or if your employer lets you borrow some of his VHSs, you also have to be kind and rewind. So, there you go. He's like walking through a misty city. He's got one of those floppy disks. He's on the phone. He's like, I'm on the phone. I think this is the best part of VHSs, is you get to kind of make up what. Oh, now he's wearing one of those weird 90s belly shirts that men wore in the 90s. Thank goodness that fashion has evolved. I think that was the most 90s of a movie I've ever seen. And real quick, just in case, there's any old people watching this, both this movie and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has this location where it's like half a skate park and then it's also just an arcade at the same time. Is this a real thing? Let me know. Let me know, because if that's a real thing, I would like to go there. I would like to go to a version of there without all the cigarettes. Yeah. So, I should get the thing. Hold on 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Oh. So it turns out Eminem here, he's actually the main guy, right? When you look at this case, you wouldn't think that's the main guy. You would think Vulcan Angelina Jolie was the main person, the main human. But no, Eminem is the main guy. So this is a movie about Eminem, not actually, but it's a movie about the guy who has bleached hair, which makes me think Eminem looked like that at one point. Anyway, yeah, so the movie was fine. It wasn't great. I wouldn't write home about this one. I wouldn't probably make a video on it, besides the fact that I'm doing that. If it wasn't part of this thing, then I wouldn't. But yeah, it was fine. Nothing really wrong with it. The funny thing about deciding you're gonna do a review on something after you watch the thing, you're like, what do I say about it? I feel like it was interesting, just as sort of a period piece, you know? Sometimes you can go back to something from a different time and you can say, hey, that was a different time. I can imagine if you were alive in the 90s, then this movie would, sort of have a nostalgic feel for you, because like I said, it is very 90s, and it's just so interesting looking back at the change in how certain things are presented, certain sort of like subcultures and things like that. The sort of, there's like a hacker's culture in this, which is very interesting. I have to wonder if any of that is based in reality, of like what hackers in the 90s would have looked like. So yeah, it's very much that time, and hackers hack things. I wasn't glued to the screen, let's say. Let's put it that way. It's not that I was bored during the movie. It's just, there wasn't as many aliens or like crime fighting as I would prefer. Oh my goodness, I sound like such a superhero nerd. I can't appreciate a movie about a bunch of people on computers. To give it credit where credit is due, I bet it's really hard trying to figure out how to make a movie about people, guessing passwords and stuff interesting. And this movie was interesting enough. Yeah, would I recommend it? Would I recommend it? Probably not. I don't know. It's fine. I wouldn't disrecommend it. I wouldn't say don't watch it. I would probably say that was a movie. So anyway, this has been my review of Hackers. I said basically nothing, but the movie existed. The movie was interesting. It was interesting, more so just as a little look at the years before I was born. And like I've seen a lot of stuff from the early 2000s, and it's sort of interesting seeing, oh yeah, this is like one step before the early 2000s media I've seen. And I can sort of see bits and pieces of that early 2000s culture here in 90s culture. So it's interesting in that regard. Yeah, so I'm gonna end the video now because I've run out of things to say. Are you a hacker? Are you a hacker? If you hack things, let me know in the comments. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be fun to edit. Are you a hacker? Let me know in the comments section. And an automatic A+ to anyone who leaves a comment, likes this video, or subscribes to the Sci-Fi Academia YouTube channel. We call it that because we usually talk about sci-fi, sometimes mostly, kind of. So, thank you for watching, and until next time, what's a hacker thing to say? Or like a 90s thing to say? I could say something from the 90s. Gnarly! Did they say that in the 90s? Gnarly! Be gnarly! I don't know. Until next time, leave. Goodbye. Oh! What is this video gonna be? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna love it. Okay, bye!